You didn't start out just one day deciding to design your own car, or did you?
It's pretty much so. I used to design cars for others, and then one day I decided to stop working at 6 o'clock by night and work until 1 o'clock in the morning until it was dawn. So I did that for about 8 months, and I made the first car. Then I showed it at the Los Angeles International Show, auto show, and I sold 5 of them, and they didn't have a factory. That was pretty good. So eventually, I rented an airport hangar, like everybody does in that business, and then started making them. So we made up to 1 a day until the economy caught up with us, and then we had to stop.
Well, what was the first year that you went?
The first car was made in 75, and then in 76 we were making up to about 3 or 4 a month. And then after that, in 77, we went to about 10 a month.
Wow, well, they're incredible. Now, these are basically a steel-bodied car, right?
Basically, except the fenders, because it was too much work otherwise. So I went around the world and bought some components that were too difficult to make in slow production. And for the rest, we put together a group of incredible artisans. And then they signed every car. Like, see, the body was done by Steve. And then the interior was done by me. So we give them credit, and that was the best way to obtain the best quality.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they are works of art. And like you say, if you give them credit like that, they're still very proud of their work today. And to see that this is original paint on this car, amazing. It's amazing.
Well, I think the credit goes to DuPont there.
Yeah. Well, now, you gave it a wonderful retro look, but you didn't exactly copy anything, did you?
No, it was just what felt good from the era. I love the early 1930s, and just drew it on a piece of paper and started making the car.
Wow, now these were on a Lincoln chassis?
A Lincoln chassis.
Yeah.
We converted the chassis, but it's basically a Lincoln chassis. And I took the components and located them on the chassis and designed the car in 3D. I didn't draw it on paper.
Really?
No, I just remember moving every component in place, and then until it felt good. And it's good that way because you see it in 3 dimensions.
Yes.
And you can do that when you're alone. When you do it for a corporation, you do, instead of doing a horse, you make a camel, right?
By committee, you're
By
saying?
committee, yeah.
Now, were you with American Motors, or?
Yeah, I started in 65 with American Motors and worked on the Javelin and the AMX. And then
their most notable cars.
Yeah, you know that special door handle that is flush?
Yes.
That was mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
it was so frustrating to work for a corporation.
Yeah. Well, you had the freedom here to do this, and they're amazing cars. Now, the cockpit, was that MG, was I told?
Well, the cowling was MG. The actual body structure was ours, but the doors were MG. The trunk lid was MG. So we took the body engineering that was already well studied, and we improved on it.
Oh, you did indeed.
Yeah.
You did indeed. But how many cars did you end up producing?
This one is a series limited production of 250. So we did finish the first series. The second series we did 176. The third series we did about 45 of them. So altogether we made about 500 cars.
Well, that's in the specialty manufacturing. That's actually quite large, I think. You know.
Yeah.
And were you sorry to see it go? Just the economy at the time.
It was the economy at the time when interest rates went to 22%. Very few small enterprises remained in business at the time. So I went back to designing cars for others. And then I ended up manufacturing cars in China, taxi cabs.
Really?
And then I sold that company to the McLaren Group. It's not the product that counts, it's the business format. And I do that with one of my sons, and it is so much fun.
Well, that's really what life's about, isn't it?
That's right.
Another thing, I'm told that you could have had another profession just imitating cars, like Formula One cars, going through the gears, that sort of thing.
What about the London taxi?
London taxi.
In a cold, frosty morning.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, it sounds like that.
That's fascinating.